1722, the Leipzig Town Council had considered applicants for the position of choir director of the Thomas School. Reporting on the interviews with the candidates, Mayor Abraham Plotz lamented, "Since the best men are not available, mediocre musicians must be considered." And so they hired the mediocre Bach, but only after having first offered the position to and having been refused by two other contenders, one of whom was George Philipp Telemann. For his Leipzig audition, Bach provided the council with recently composed movements of the Passion according to St. John, one of the grand works in the Western Opus, and it was this material that the council deemed mediocre. Why did Sebastian Bach choose to leave Cawthon, where he was held in honor and where he had the freedom to compose the instrumental music he loved, and exchange that position for one far less esteemed in the far more rigidly structured church school? One possible explanation is this. A week after the Bach wedding, Prince Leopold married his own cousin, the Princess Friederike, a person who deplored music as a waste of time, energy, and money. Leopold grew so distracted by his wife's extravagant social whims that he became increasingly dissociated from musical life at the court. So, perhaps Sebastian saw the writing on the wall. Another possibility is that Bach realized that in Cawthon he would not be able to procure the university education he wanted for his sons, whereas Leipzig was a thriving market town with its own well-regarded university, the center of Newtonianism in Germany. Or perhaps there arose a need from the depths of his faith. Maria Barber's death was indeed a cruel fall from security and gaiety to loneliness and grief, and to bear it, perhaps he needed the spiritual resources which his faith provided. Possibly during the first joyful years at Cawthon, he had to some extent put aside such thoughts, and now perhaps he turned to them again, and religious experiences and observances assumed their old and deeper significance for him. He realized that for all the pleasure he derived from the association with his beloved patron, there was something lacking, a kind of emptiness in his existence at Cawthon, and he was again filled with a longing to express his innermost faith through church music. Bach may even have gone so far as to determine that his lifetime mission would be to create an all-encompassing liturgy for the Lutheran Church, and the position in Leipzig would have afforded him this opportunity. We'll never know for sure, but in May 1723, Sebastian, Magdalena, and their 5 children, one a newborn, took their leave of Cawthon to take up their new residence in Leipzig. Only about 45 miles, but a whole world away. The manner in which he received his appointment in Leipzig supplies a leitmotif for the 27 years he was destined to spend there. He offered his services reluctantly and was accepted reluctantly.